Hi everyone, Leah here from EurekaCrystalBeads.com with another fun beading video for you. Before I get started, just a quick reminder to go check out the rest of our channel. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. You'll always know when we're posting new content. Today's project is a fun, simple, beginner pair of earrings. So if you're brand new to jewelry making, this is the video for you. Or perhaps you've been a jewelry maker for a while, but you've just never done this style of jewelry making. Maybe you've been a bead weaver this whole time, or you've done metal smithing this whole time where you've done a lot more heavy duty soldering, but you never kind of went back to those basics. Well, this is going to be the great video that you're all going to want to see. So what we have here to start, one of my favorite Swarovski pearl colors, which is iridescent green. I love it. I love it for every season. I think it's Swarovski's perfect green in my opinion. And I think 8mm is a beautiful, beautiful size for an earring. Next, I have a 6mm bicone. This is Blue Zircon Shimmer. And if you've never seen the shimmer finishes in person and all you've really ever seen is the AB finishes, I can't tell you enough how much you got to see the shimmer finishes in person. They're beautiful. They are different than an AB finish. They are a lot more deep purpley blue on top of the crystals, so they do give a different look. And this has the shimmer all over the crystals, so it's really, really a stunner. Next, we have our findings. We have some gold-plated findings here. I have some head pins here. This is a 1.5-inch head pin, and I have these beautiful ear wires. Now, this is my favorite style of ear wire ever, all time. Ball end ear wires. I think they're clean, finished. I think you can make them look beautifully high-end, and they also sit very nicely in the ear, and they don't flip out of your ear or come out of your ear very easily because of kind of how nice and long that little tail is there. So ball end ear wires are my go-to. I love them. Okay, so to start this simple but stunning pair of earrings, we are going to stack an 8mm pearl onto our head pin, and then 6mm bicone. Clean and simple. And sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes really less is more. This is a nice size earring. You're going to see it on someone's ear. If their hair is down, you're absolutely going to catch glimpses of this through their hair. It's definitely going to get seen, not only because of the size of the pearl, but how sparkly that bicone is. And if you're new to jewelry making, something to keep in mind is that the simple techniques you learn in this video have endless possibilities. So switch up the sizes, the colors, the shapes, what the bead is made out of, and you can make 1,000 different earrings that all look different using the same technique. So this is a great video to bookmark and come back to whenever you need to brush up on how to make a simple pair of earrings. Now, let me go over the wire working tools that I'm going to be using that will create the next steps and that will finish up the earring. So we have some wire cutters. We have our chain nose pliers, and these are flat inside and they're smooth and they taper to a point. And we have our round nose pliers, and these are like two little ice cream cones. There's no flat edges, and these are the pliers we use to make any of the round loops that we're going to need, because the loops will get formed right around the jaws of the pliers. Now we're going to be rolling a loop here, which is a nice, simple beginner technique, and one that I think is great for a head pin of this thickness. So this is a 21 gauge head pin. You wouldn't want to necessarily roll a loop with something that's really, really thin, because it could get pulled open. But this is a great gauge to do that with. Now I'm going to use my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to grab with the tip of the pliers right at the top of the bead. But little trick here, before you actually bend your wire, you're going to move it up a hair. And that's going to give that crystal, as you can see, a little wiggle room. That's important, because now when we make our bend, we are not risking cracking the top of that crystal. So if I had made that bend and my pliers were so close to the crystal that it was touching it as I bent with my pliers, we would have likely cracked the top of the crystal. So that little wiggle room, which as you can see is now gone, is crucial. So it's a good little tip for you. Now we're going to use our cutters, and we're going to cut off some of the wire. Now it's less important what you're cutting off, and it's more important what you're leaving behind. You want to leave behind, I don't know, maybe like 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch. Depends also on how big your loop is going to be. And as you make more of these, you'll sort of find out how big you like things to be as far as your loop size, and that also can change depending on the bead size as well. Okay, so we have this little 90-degree bend here. Now we're going to move to our round nose pliers. I'm going to grab the tip of that wire, You can see it's so close that it's not even popping out the other side of my pliers. And as far as where to grab it on the pair of pliers, well, that determines how big your loop is going to be. Something down here is going to make a teeny tiny loop. Something up here is going to make a really big loop. I go about a third of the or a quarter of the way into the pliers. And we're going to start to roll, relax back, regrip, roll, and you get a loop. Now, sometimes your loop could be a little cockeyed. It's a little off to the side there. Totally fine. Just grab it with your chain nose and straighten it right out. Lovely little loop, nice and straight and centered. And you do want to make sure that it's closed all the way. Make sure that there are no gaps and that the very tip of that wire is meeting that sort of neck of wire that's coming right out from your bicone crystal here at the top. If this is at all opened, it means it could come off your ear wire, which means you could lose your earring. So it's really important that you pay attention to those really tiny details. Now we're going to go to our beautiful ball end ear wire, which again, just that lovely upgrade in shape and style to me just takes this to another beautiful level. And I'm going to go to that loop and I'm just going to swivel it open. And it's not even sort of a loop here. It's more of an oval look, oval little shape area, but that's more or less what we're going with, that it's a loop. Stick it on there and swivel this back shut. And it's important that whenever you open loops, whether it's if you had to reopen the loop on your dangle here or you're working with the loop on here, that you're never opening like this. You always want to swivel. That's what helps keep your loop strong. So that is our simple, lovely little earring. So let's bang out that other one. Go a little faster this time. So if you need to see this step by step again, you can go back to the earlier part of the video and watch me do it a little bit slower. Oops. And again, that awesome shimmer finish on that bicone is just so, so, so pretty. Okay, we're going to go do our chain nose here. Grab right at the top of that bead and then move it up a hair. Literally just a hair's length. It's such a teeny amount that you need. Now we're going to cut off. And again, don't pay attention to what you're cutting off. Pay attention to what you're leaving behind because that's what you're going to be utilizing. Okay, and again, we have that nice 90-degree angle. Use our round nose pliers now to create our loop. And if you find that you have a hard time getting your loops to be the same size, you can take a little fine point Sharpie marker and make a little mark on your pliers. It's not permanent. You can always get rid of it. But for the sake of your loops, or at least over the course of a project, you know that they're going to come out identical. Roll your loop, relax back and regrip. Roll your loop. Little at a time. That's all you need is a little bit at a time. Don't rush it. Again, it's a little bit off to the side, mainly because I'm holding it in a way that you guys can see, but not so much myself. So easy to fix though. Just like that. Now let's go to that ear wire. Again, we've made our round shape, so we're done with our round pliers. Everything else is going to be gripping, so we're going to be using our chain nose pliers for that. Swivel it to the side. Stick it right onto that ear wire. Swivel it back shut. Beautiful, simple pair of earrings, classic technique that can carry you from 1,000 different pairs of earrings, changing up the style or the order of beads or any number of factors. Or that same wrapped loop is a great way that you could make connectors on bracelets or necklaces or anklets. And we have a lot of fun projects on our channel. If you want to go take a look, that will utilize that technique. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to visit us on over at EurekaCrystalBeads.com for everything I used here in this video. And if you love this project, know that we have an enormous selection of these pearls and these crystals, so you could make this in every color of the rainbow. They make great gifts. It's a great, simple design that's great for vendor fairs or craft shows if you do that sort of thing. Clean, simple, beautiful earring. So hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.